watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting night of racing. The Sim500 Sharue Diecast is live on the Ghostfire Media Network at Darlington Raceway. It's Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams, and man, we've got an Adam and Eve night for sure. I mean, we've got like giant things popping out of our pants tonight, right here in the middle of the raceway. Was I going to end up there?
For all of you who don't know, we found out that there's a phallic-shaped figure in the middle of the Darlington Raceway right before we went live, and we made like a conversation of our team here. We were gonna make a joke coming in. I didn't think you were gonna be so straightforward with it, though.
You know, last week they
tonight's
said,
race is brought to you by Durex.
And if that doesn't work, I've got a Trojan for you.
Durex, Trojan, and KY, bringing you the uncensored content from Darlington Raceway here tonight, and we're off the air on YouTube. They just took us off the air in North Korea as well.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, I'm Nick. Yeah.
What's your name, Nick Adams?
Hey you. Oh Jesus! All right, I'm Nick Adams. As you all know, that's Randy Pepper. We're here at the Darlington.
They said last week I couldn't get. They said I could never get any weirder than I was last week.
Oh.
Welcome to the world of Randy Pepper.
Yeah, there was some weird things coming out of your mouth last week, but it started really weird tonight.
You bet me I couldn't do it. I said, hey, the hell, don't give me a challenge like that.
Oh,
I might surprise you.
Good God. My good God. God help us all. All right, let me see if we can find our friend, our lovely friend for tonight. Is that him? Let me make sure that's him. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight here on the Ghostfire Media Network Jesus. I'm half asleep, folks. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. It's been a really long week. I got to get things
my week's just begun.
Here we go. All right, here we go. And together with Sim500, Sim500 wants to thank and shout out some of the sponsors that are sponsoring drivers this season. And the first one we're going to focus on this year here in the Winter Series is going to be, well, the Beast TV. Oh, Christ, I did it too early. A little late. Now we're in qualifying now. We'll give you more information about Beast TV here before the race begins. We'll actually bring the driver of the number 4. I think he drives a Ford Mustang. The number 4 Chevy Camaro, Beast TV Chevy Camaro. I can't even get that right. You see, that you can already
Water.
You can already tell,
Right?
folks. Yeah, but Robert, you can already tell that's the type of night it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll tell you what,
a little
it's
bit
going to
of
be one
a-
of those nights. We're going to have to start drinking some El Bandito tequila.
Oh Jesus! Here comes Randy Pepper with his personal sponsors. Ghost
Yes,
Fire
folks, I do
Media
have
is
a
in no
personal
way
sponsor.
affiliated with Randy Pepper's personal sponsors, Durex, KY Jelly, or
Oh no.
Extends.
This El Bandito Yankee Whiskey. Check it out. .com.
But for our sponsor, that's very good. We're watching the Duralast GT car go around the racetrack right now. I know that that's not that type of sponsor, but it's just funny that Duralast was the first sponsor that we see after we start talking about that. It's just coincidences are funny.
That's the way it works sometimes.
All right, let's go ahead and put this up here for you folks so you can actually see what the heck is going on here. And stop listening to me and Randy Pepper shout nonsense as Stoney Benfield in the number 75 Duralast GT Ford Mustang. We're on a 30.57. Ron Holyfield jumps up to first with a 30.41, and that number 1 Chevy Camaro ZL1. Chevy, drive it, get stuck on the side of the road. That's their motto. And here comes the Verizon Ford Mustang of Mike Kelly. First on race day, don't forget.
Go, Mikey.
On the exit of turns 3 and 4, Mike Kelly has been super strong this year already here through this winter series. He's been consistent, up there in the top 5 almost every week. And he's going to get himself that win here. It's coming. It's right there.
Yeah,
He's
no
on
doubt.
the edge of it. There's no doubt in my mind that before the winter series is over, minimum, Mike Kelly wins at least one race here in the Sharue Diecast Premier Xfinity Series. And once again, we want to thank Sharue for bringing you to us. Limited commercial interruptions tonight. We want to thank Sharue for bringing you guys to us. And we'd like to thank Beast TV for sponsoring the number 4 of Robert Gillenwater. See if he's on the track here. He is, so we'll keep an eye on him here as we come out of turns 3 and 4 for his first lap to begin. He slides off into 1 and 2. The dreaded COVID, Randy. The dreaded COVID. Down the backstretch, here comes Robert Gillenwater for his first lap. Off into 3 and 4 for his first, well, not his first time, but his second time. First time on the stopwatch, though. In the second lane there. Big loose on the exit of the corner, but kept it off the wall. And he is going to put that Beast TV machine provisional pole. A 30.04 for Robert Gillenwater. Look at that beautiful lap
for sure
time.
that Sasquatch was going to slow him
big
down.
sideways. He stayed in it, though. He stayed in it. He was big sideways. He stayed in it.
Dirt tracking it.
He was dirt tracking on the exit 4. He knows he needs to get faster to be able to battle Daniel Falkenham and Tyler Dalton. The exit of 3 and 4, he keeps it straight this time. Will he improve? If he improves after dirt tracking it, that was a heck of a lap. 30.49. Now, he lost about half a second.
And look, we're not, I mean, are we surprised at the top 2 right now?
No, God, no. I'm not surprised Daniel Falkenham's near the top of the leaderboard. Neither am I surprised the 19 of Tyler Dalton's up there. I mean, these guys. But this top 5 is pretty consistent, right? Daniel Falkenham, Tyler Dalton, Robert Gillenwater. Now Brian Macklin's right there. E.J. O'Rourke, Mike Kelly, Chad Coleman, Scott Simley. These are all names that we've said a lot. You got to go back to like 9th to Mike Montesi, to one of those guys we really haven't said too much about so far this season.
Jerry West.
Where's Jerry West?
We haven't barely said anything about Jerry West, other than he had a
hell of a basketball career.
A basketball player.
Hell of a basketball career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome player.
Yep, absolutely.
Jimmy Coleman,
Celtics.
He's going to go 6th fastest here in his second lap. But just a little bit about Beast TV. It's the creation of a gentleman named Mark Newbill, nicknamed Sawdust. God, we got to get him on a GFM podcast and find out why he's nicknamed Sawdust. That has to be a good story.
Yeah, absolutely.
That has to be a good story. We're going to have to reach out to them. It began with an awareness of these creatures in the woods. So Beast TV, what it is about, it's about Bigfoot. Okay? It began with an awareness of these creatures in the woods, and it snowballed into a successful Facebook group and YouTube channel. As a result, the Beast team are gathering and sharing information and spreading the word about Bigfoot. believe it or not, they do exist according to them. I'm in the camp of I don't think they do, but there are definitely things that are completely unexplainable that happen in this world. So we're actually going to talk to the driver of the number 4, Robert Gillenwater, here as he's getting ready in his warm-up. We're going to pull the driver of the number 4 up here. Mr. Gillenwater, you got Nick and Randy in the booth. Get a copy?
Hey guys, what's happening tonight?
Oh, nothing much, sir. We're actually talking about your sponsor, Beast TV. You want to give everybody a little idea of what they do, how they've assisted you, and what they're all about?
Yeah, Beast TV, guys, it's just kind of things scripted. A lot of Bigfoot stuff on the Sawdust Beast channel there. And tomorrow night, matter of fact, we've got the infamous Bama Murdoch and Larry Porch on Beast of the Woods. Are actually going to be going through a pretty deep, in-depth on the UFO footage released by the Pentagon and the Air Force jets and all that. So just a lot of cool information. Really great people. Mark Newell and Shelley Reed have worked hard with Raging Cajun and John Mushton for the paints for this car, and just hope we can give them a good showing tonight. Everybody out there, I'll be in chat tomorrow night over there. If anybody wants to check in, say hi, I'll be there. But just hope we can keep this thing clean and give them a good showing. Darlington for our first race out. I mean, you guys know how tough it is here. So just hope we can keep the fenders on it.
Well, yeah, the car looks beautiful right now. In an hour and a half, it probably won't look that way. The right side will probably have a nice Darlington stripe, as most people, if not all, will. But the left side of the car should look pretty good.
Well, hey, if we can come away with that, we'll take it for sure.
Well, Mr. Gillenwater, we're going to bring you back down there to sit with your teammates. Don't forget, though, I'm going to be reaching out to you, though, because I want to know the story about how this guy became nicknamed Sawdust. And I want that on a Ghostfire Media podcast. I'm going to be reaching out to you to get that hooked up.
Hey, guys, we'll do it. We'll give you a lot of good info.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
That's a little bit about Beast TV. You can go ahead and check them out. The link to their channel will be ahead. It will go ahead and be in the description on YouTube. It'll be pinned in the comments on here, and it'll be in the comments on Twitch as well. So if you guys want to check them out, you can go over to let's see. Let me just give me 1 second here, folks. If I was actually professional, I would have had this all set up before, but no one said Nick was that professional. Ba-dum, 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 bum, ba, ba-dum, ba-dum. It'll get here eventually. I'm slowly moving the right direction.
So you said something about the dreaded COVID. Are you battling in that?
I don't want
to
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, all right. I figured you might have picked it up from somebody's trash.
I definitely picked it up. I can tell you that.
Great.
Don't know where I picked it up from. Dirty.
Hey, you got a 5-day vacation.
No, I don't. I work from home.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. But you know what doesn't suck? The official grid. The official grid doesn't suck. I love talking about the official grid.
Let's do that.
Let's go down the official grid here. So starting on pole, not a surprise, Daniel Falkenham in the number 39 machine. In second, Tyler Dalton. Third, Brian Macklin. Fourth, Robert Gillenwater with that Beast TV machine, putting it on the second row in his first race with them as a sponsor. So that's a heck of a way to start a relationship with a team. It's a good thing for him. In fifth, EJ O'Rourke. Sixth, Jimmy Coleman. Seventh, Mike Kelly. Eighth, Chad Coleman. Ninth, Scott Simley. And 10th, Mike Montesi. Back in 11th, you're going to have Stoney Benfield. In 12th, you're going to have Chuck Sweating. I almost called him Sweating. In 13th, you're going to have Ron Holyfield. In 14th, Jeremy Mogul. In 15th, Brian Beach. 16th, Anthony Monroe. In 17th, Bentley Glazier. In 18th, Tommy Ryan. 19th, Jerry West. Starting 20th will be the number 40 of Charles Woods. In 21st, you'll have Doug Roth. 22nd, Richard Swavely. 23rd, Randy Yoakum. 24th, Doug Sigmund. Starting back in 25th, you're going to have Kevin England. 26th, Jeff Ryan. 27th, Dwight Beverly. Rounding up the field in 28th position here tonight, the Canadian of Gerald Livingston.
Who is missing tonight? What big name is missing?
Hold on. Kevin DeBrown is missing.
Exactly.
Kevin DeBrown is not here. That's going to affect his championship hopes for the Winter Series. I mean, it was a close battle as was for Daniel Falkenham. Well, not really Daniel Falkenham, but everybody below Daniel Falkenham. It was a close battle.
Yeah. Yeah, and last week Kevin DeBron had
that's
terrible
no
race.
disrespect to anybody else in the Sim500 Esports Sharue Diecast Racing League. It's just Daniel Falkenham came into the preseason here on absolute fire. I mean, he has been unbelievable.
All right, green flag is flying here. And here we go. Daniel Falkenham taking him across the line for the first time tonight down into turn number 1 with Macklin all over his back end as they dive down to the bottom of the track. Actually, look at that. Falkenham drifts up to the top of the track. He's going to bring Dalton with him down the back straightaway they go. Dalton tucks in behind him. It's single file for the top 10 right now as they go into turn number 3. Falkenham will lead them off of turn number 3 into 4 by 1, 2, 3 car lengths as he stretches out just a little bit, and then it's a conga line all the way around the Darlington Raceway.
Yeah, 100 laps here tonight at the Darlington International Speedway, and you know, it's going to be one of those things where you just have to be calm, you have to be chill, you have to wait. Darlington's going to rip your tires apart. You got to keep that right side clean, and man, you just got to survive. You have got to survive. Oh, you got a car around already, Anthony Munro. Anthony Munro is around. I think that we're going to stay green, but Anthony Munro went around and big time into the inside retaining wall. We'll show that to you here in 1 second. Is off of turn 4. They're back single file for the top 20, and Daniel Falkenham is still leading. We're going to jump back to Anthony Munro here as he came out of turn 2, got big sideways, ended up spinning that machine around. Big damage on the Anthony Munro machine. Let's take a look here. He was battling back for 20th position at the time. Out of turn 2, he just got loose. Big loose on the apron, couldn't save it, got under throttle, and it kicked him sideways. And even if he was able to continue right there, he was stuck on the inside retaining wall. The glitch here at Darlington caught him. He wasn't able to stay going.
Up break for him early on here at Darlington Raceway. A track that is too tough to tame, and it reaches out and touches somebody, and unfortunately, it is him. So they are single file behind them, and one of the things we haven't talked about is Darlington is one of these tracks that you have to keep your concentration.
Oh,
if you lose a second of concentration, it will reach out and touch you in a second. That's why everybody talks about having a Darlington stripe. Well, that stripe is usually because you just kind of blanked out for a second. You got zoned into, you know, something going on. Hey, my wife, I forgot, she made iced tea this morning. I didn't drink it when she made it, and boom, you're in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, part of the toughness about the Darlington Raceway is we have a battle for the lead, it looks like.
Whoa.
Tyler Dalton looking to the inside. You're looking at this from the GFM drone cam powered by the Guitar Addict. We'll tell you about this drone cam here in a minute from the Guitar Addict down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. You are going to hear me do this multiple times tonight, folks. I'm going to call this 1 and 2. In about 1992, 93, I think it was, they swapped where the start-finish line was at Darlington. Where we are right now used to be the start-finish straight. Now it's the backstretch. You're heading off into 3 and 4. I will call that 1 and 2 100 times tonight. It's what I just know it as the old style. It's just that's the layout I always knew. It's the same thing with Phoenix. I do that all the time. But part of the struggle with it is in 1 and 2, it's kind of this tight corner. You got. I mean, I'm sorry. I have the track backwards. I'm looking at the old 1 and 2 wide corner. You're off the throttle just a little bit, and then you're hard through it on your brakes just a little. Get that thing to rotate, and then you're back at the throttle.
Did you say hard?
Yeah, I did.
Kinda
Hard.
like
Just like the phallic head in the middle of the racetrack. And then in 3 and 4, you're hard on the brakes, and I mean deep into those brakes. And you need to get that car starting to rotate. And if you don't get it to rotate, you're going to kiss that wall. And you're going to kiss it a little bit more than what you want on a first date. You're going to pound that outside wall real hard on the exit of turns 3 and 4. And then you're just going to ruin your race. I mean, you're not going to be able to turn. You're not going to be able to do anything. And you're going to just plow. And I mean plow into the next set of corners.
Kind of like after a month.
Did you like how many? You see?
I liked it. I was giving you credit for that one there, bud. Giving you credit.
It took me a second.
Up to my plate.
It took me a second, but I had to get into a rhythm, and then it was just boom, boom, boom. It's kind of like Saturday nights.
Yeah. Saturday nights. Yeah, if that's your night, that's your night.
Tyler Dalton's trying to take Daniel Falkenham to the bone zone here in turns 1 and 2, though.
Trying to peg him around the track, that's for sure.
Tonight's Ghost Fire Media broadcast is officially rated TVMA. We apologize for having too much
fun.
We'll stop now.
He has tried numerous times to get that car underneath Falkingham, but Falkingham has had nothing to do with it. And we are used to seeing Falkingham kind of relax a little bit, sitting back there conserving those tires. And it doesn't surprise us to see Tyler Dalton just running flat out bore, pounding it as hard as he can to get around the track, to get underneath Falkingham. But we know eventually he's going to run out of steam, and he's going to be a 32nd man. So
Jesus H.
Well, here he goes.
Tyler
again.
Dalton to the inside now. Daniel Falkenham is going to try to stuff it off into 3 and 4. Will he get that car in there? He's going to be side by side. They're going to be door handle to door handle in the middle of the corner. Daniel Falkenham's going to get the better drive off on the outside, and he's going to sail it down the front stretch. He's going to keep that lead. We have a battle for 5th now. Robert Gillenwater falling back now to Mikey Kelly. Mikey Kelly going to throw it off. Sorry, Mike Kelly, not Mikey Kelly. Mike Kelly going to throw it off into 1 and 2.
Mike, I didn't do it this time. That was all
That was
Nick.
me. That was all me. That's all because of Randy Pepper, though. Down the backstretch, he's going to fall to 6. Robert Gillenwater early on here in lap 12 here, 12 laps in. Started 4th, falling back to 6th. He might be struggling a little bit here early on in this race. Maybe this car will come to him as we get closer and closer to the end of the tire run. But you see that number 4 Beast TV machine falling back through the field at the moment.
That's probably, the tires have probably gone away already. Probably ran it a little too hard.
Oh, man, Daniel Falkenham has a lot of challenge right now. Tyler Dalton is up his trumpet. He wants to get that lead. Tyler Dalton came in here tonight extremely confident. He knew he had an opportunity. He feels like this is his track. He feels like this is his opportunity this season to really bring it to Daniel Falkenham. And right now, Tyler Dalton is about 70 points behind, 71 points behind, sitting in 3rd from Daniel Falkenham in the championship. And with 7 races left to go here, well, 6 after tonight, but with 6 races left to go in the championship, he's got to start making moves. He's got to start finishing ahead of Daniel Falkenham. He's got to get that consistency in. He's got to get those moves, and he's definitely got to start getting more bonus points than Daniel Falkenham.
Tell you what, if the Dalton car keeps doing that the way he's doing, just right, giving the whole tip, I tell you what, the Daniel Falkenham's going to have to work on his gag reflex, the way he's getting on the back of it.
All right, I think this has gone far enough. There might be children out there watching us.
I said nothing bad.
Well,
it all depends on how you take it. If your mind goes that way, that is your mind. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
It all depends on how you take it. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Well, it's single file all the way around the Darlington Raceway right now. It's all Daniel Falkenham, once again, just resuming the position once again out front. We see this every week. I think we need to
let's talk about
crank it up a little bit. Let's crank it up.
You want to crank it up?
Let's crank it up.
Crank it up around the Darlington Raceway. .19 laps are in the books. Daniel Falkenham still leads.
And now we see Macklin on his back bumper. I guess Daniel Falking heard me talking about the gag reflex, and he didn't want to have anything to do with that. So he took off, left Dalton behind, and Macklin said, I'll assume that second position and try to run you down. So it's all Falkingham by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car lengths over Macklin. Then it's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back to Dalton, who's just falling back. He ran those tires way too hot. That's all there is to it. He was running way too hot, and the tires are gone.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on that. Give me 1 second here to post a couple of things for everybody to come
take a good look at.
Watch our beautiful broadcast here. Who does not want to be here? Let's be honest. You guys love it here. Boom. Boom.
Shaboom, shaboom.
Shaboom, shaboom.
La 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 la.
I hate you.
Yes, my favorite movie.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our friends Sharue Diecast. How about that? How about that? The guys who bring us to you every single week, courtesy of the Sim500 Esports Racing League. Sharue Diecast is the one-stop specialty shop for you and all of your diecast desires. Rare, hard to find, expensive, cheap, they're all available at Sharue. Surprise the diecast enthusiasts in your life with a rare find, or treat yourself to something unique. Don't forget, folks, T-minus 3 weeks. 3 weeks to Valentine's Day. Get those diecast orders in today. Get them shipped quickly. And make that person that you love, that loves diecast, know that you know what they like and that you love them. You know, nothing shows respect like a diecast showing up at my door from my wife for Valentine's Day. I would love. And you know what's great about them, Randy Pepper?
What is that?
Sharue Diecast. They're located in the heart of West Texas. You know what that means? It means they're positioned to offer excellent deals on shipping from east to west, from north to south. Pre-orders are available at no cost to you until the goods arrive. And like all the Yinzers in Pittsburgh would say, get out there and buy a diecast today at SharueDiecast.com. That's SharueDiecast.com today for all of your diecast desires. You like that?
Absolutely.
A little bit of Pittsburgh.
That was awesome.
A little bit of Pittsburgh.
Hey, you want to make sure you get that new Chase diecast or Chase Elliott. Can I try that again?
Go ahead.
Chase Elliott diecast. His new car will be available very soon, so you definitely want to make your pre-orders now.
And I'm gonna keep pushing this all year. You cannot, and I repeat, cannot miss out on buying a Kyle Busch diecast this year. An M&M's diecast. For the last time this year, you'll be able to get a diecast with M&M's on it. They're leaving the sport. Mars is leaving the sport. No more Purina. No more M&M's. Nothing. Not a zilch. Zero. Nothing will be on that Toyota Camry that is anything from the Mars company. So if you like a Mars bar, if you like, I was going to say Hershey, that's Hershey. If you like M&M's, Crunch Bar? Crunch Bar. No, Crunch Bar is Hershey.
Oh.
Crunch Bar is Hershey.
Nestle.
Nestle. If you like M&M's, you got the peanut, you got the mint, you got the crispy, you got the regular, you got the dark chocolate, you got the red, white, and blue ones.
White chocolate. Don't
you
forget
got
about
the white chocolate, the mocha ones, you got the cookies and cream ones. And there's hundreds of variations of M&M's that you can purchase. There's the Valentine's Day, the Christmas ones, Halloween, Thanksgiving, the fall ones, the spring ones, the Easter ones. I mean, it's unbelievable. You cannot pass up an opportunity this year. I'm not even a Kyle Busch fan all that much, but I'm getting every single one of those M&M schemes. The red, white, and blue one they're going to run at Charlotte, the one they're going to run at Daytona, the one they're going to run in the Clash, the one they're going to run at Phoenix. I'm getting all of them. If there's 4 or 5 different variations, I'm getting them because you don't know if or when Mars will ever be back in NASCAR. So
eventually, Probably 30 years down the line they'll come back.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
I'll
Napa.
be dead by then.
It'll be like Napa, right? Napa left in 2002. They came back in what? Well, they didn't leave, but they significantly limited what they gave to Michael Waltrip because he was a money pit.
Well, he was investing all his money in
Talentless.
rocket fuel.
Talentless. Couldn't get 2 cars in the championship chase except having Clint Boyer spin out. Yeah, that was good. That was a good job, Michael Waltrip.
I'll tell you what, man. Some of the talking about diecast, I'm looking at the new Ryan Blaney car. That is going to be a beautiful car on the track.
We have that Ryan Blaney car. That's the best. Popular, unpopular opinion behind the body armor scheme. That new scheme he's going to be running, the best scheme he's ever run.
Yeah,
by far. That's one of the best schemes Penske's put out in the last 15 years, other than the Miller Lite cars. But we have a absolute hornet's nest for 5th position. Mike Kelly, Robert Gillenwater, Jimmy Coleman, Scott Simley, Chad Coleman, all within a second of each other right now. They are in a single line, 5 cars under a blanket here at Darlington. If you make a mistake and you're in 6th, if you're Robert Gillenwater, you're going back to 9th. If you're Jimmy Coleman, you're going back behind Chad Coleman. If you're Scott Simley, you're going to lose a spot. But if you're Mike Kelly, you make a mistake, you're going to lose 5 spots right now. This is a tight battle.
That's the best battle right now. That's the best battle on the track right now. With those 5 cars is running nose to tail.
Couple of cars entering the pits. We'll keep an eye on when pit stops do begin. At the moment, I don't think we're beginning to see the start of the pit cycle. I think these are just some of those cars in the back that had to pit, that are pitting. Mike Montesi's in. He's now going to go a lap down, so we'll keep an eye on him. I don't think that's where we're going to see a lot of guys. Dwight Beverly was involved in something that didn't bring out the caution. We're going to go ahead and show that really quickly. See what happened to Dwight. Maybe here we go. All right, here's Dwight Beverly on the exit of turn 4. He had some damage already on the right front. He goes off into turn 1. And this is going to be the same thing we saw earlier on the exit of 2. Sideways, sideways. No. That's not Dwight Beverly. That's why. Why did that show? That didn't show the right car. All right, Dwight Beverly. Here he is. It didn't show what actually happened to the machines. There's some serious damage in the right front, on the front end of that car. Definitely looks like he spun around somewhere. We'll see if we can get an idea of what happened to him and show it to you after. But it looks like he has a bunch of damage on the front end. That's what causes him to exit the evening here tonight.
I'll tell you, one of the things, both of us, we like food. We both admit we like food.
I like
and
food
one
more
of the
than other
places
people.
I like, one of the places I like a lot is every time they go by this sign out here on turn number 2, it says cookout. I don't know if you have a cookout where you're at, but if you've ever get the chance to eat at cookout, man, it's
Cookout,
good,
eh?
cheap food. Oh, it's good stuff.
Holy
Great milkshakes.
freaking saved his tires. Look at Daniel Falkenham. He's fucking leaving him.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Holy
gone.
moly.
He's checked out. He's in a whole nother zip code at this point. Before long, he's going to have his own
That's
city.
crazy. Kevin England is in the pits. He has some damage on his machines. We'll keep an eye on him for you.
Oh, caution is on the track.
And the caution is out for the first time this evening. We'll see if we can see what happened, why we have a caution out on the racetrack.
Well, that's good news for everybody besides Daniel Falkingham.
We have some drivers scattered around the racetrack right now. The 127. I don't know what the yellow flag came out for. Let's see if we can find out here.
It looks like Robert Gillenwater threw out a Bigfoot Cup.
Yeah, I don't know what the caution was for here. Interesting timing of the caution. But it's going to be interesting timing. Give us an opportunity here before everybody gets in the pits to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right here on the Ghostfire Media Network, right back with you after these quick conversations from Randy Pepper and the Guitar Addict.
Hi, I'm Randy from the Guitar Attic. Can we be serious for a second? Are you tired of being a loser? Can't do anything right? Feel like everyone's coming down on you all the time? Well, there's a way out. And I'm gonna show you. Hey Mom, look what I learned. That's right, pick up a guitar, learn how to play guitar. Automatically you're gonna become a chick magnet. The ladies are gonna love you. Your kids are gonna think you're cool. So what you need to do is come down here to the Guitar Attic, 16725 Ridgewood Avenue in Daytona Beach, Florida, or go on guitarattic.com and buy yourself a guitar and automatically be the star of your neighborhood. That's guitarattic.com. Back at Darlington Raceway, the track that's too tough to tame. We are under caution and...
Oh, contact on the exit of pit road!
Look
E.J.
at that.
O'Rourke and Brian Macklin came together!
What happened there?
Well, that was just trying to get everything you can on the exit of pit lane, and E.J. O'Rourke came into the left rear of Brian Macklin. It looks like both drivers escaped without any damage. But
Luckily, because
that was
could have
lucky.
been disastrous.
That could have been. I mean, that was really, really close.
Wow.
Talk about close contact situations, man. Wow.
They didn't even turn the lights out. Huh.
Holy schmoly. These guys are trying to kill me.
As we know, we saw there, the tires definitely had a big thing to do with the last run.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest question mark right now, right? Daniel Falkenham clearly did the best job of the entire field of saving tires. Clearly.
And I don't see how. I mean, the guy was on, talking about beast, he was on beast mode. I mean, gone and not waiting for anybody else. He was just in a whole, like I said, in a whole nother zip code. He was so far ahead, they were going to have a city named Falkingham just for him.
Well, I mean, it's just talent. I mean, that's all it is talent, right? It's just consistent, fast talent by Daniel Falkenham, showing what he's made of here again tonight. Just being himself. It's just impressive. It's impressive every week that we watch him.
Totally. I'm ready to call Joseph Causey and dump him down here and race with him.
Well, that's something I was going to say. We need to see if we can get like an all-star race combined here with Joseph Causey and these guys here in the Sim500 Esports Racing Series. Daniel Falkenham's going to the back. Daniel Falkenham's going to the back. Did he speed? Maybe. No, he's not going to the back. What the hell's happening? Lap down cars. Cars on the tail end of the lead lap that were ahead of him.
Right.
Pull in front of him. The pace car lights go off. There goes the 21. There goes the 127. I saw him pull to the bottom. I thought he was going to the back. I was going to be like, wow, did he speed on pit road? But negatory. Randy, quick trivia. We used to do this last year when we were covering the IVRL. We're going to do it again this year. Quick trivia. Okay. Who won the most races at Darlington Speedway? Not just in the Cup Series, but in general.
Well, Cup Series, I believe it was David Pearson was the all-time winner here. Overall, like you're including like modifieds and late models and everything else that's ever run out here, is what you're claiming?
Yes.
Oh boy.
He already said his name.
David Pearson?
David Pearson.
Okay, I didn't know you were talking about everything.
17 wins at Darlington.
Yeah.
In total.
Okay. Yeah.
The great Dale Earnhardt sits second all-time with 9 wins at Darlington. All coming in the Cup Series. We're back green flag racing here at the Darlington Raceway. The track that David Pearson built down the backstretch. Here we come. Single file, 20 cars deep. The first car looking out to the inside right now is Mike Kelly, sitting in 5th on Tyler Dalton. E.J. O'Rourke, he rolls it deep into turns 3 and 4. He's all over the back bumper of the number 39. Down the front stretch. Here we go. We're going to have a Donnybrook here as we get closer and closer to the end of this race. The 41 right now, all over the back bumper of the 39. The Raging Cajun Daniel Falkenham trying to drive away, though.
trying to run away with it. But he's got a great challenge right now from E.J. O'Rourke. O'Rourke looks to the inside, trying to get a fender up inside. They're side by side as they come off the turn. And he gets to the side of the
fucking hams around! Fucking hams around! They're around down the front stretch. What a save! What a save by the 2 leaders! Oh, they're wrecking behind him! They're wrecking behind him! Big wreck behind him!
But no caution.
The number
No caution.
69, Jeremy Mogul. Big damage in the front of that machine. Brian Macklin is your big winner out of that. He's the leader now.
Wow. You know, the thing is, you got to commend both those guys because Falkingham especially, he was within like 2 foot of the wall. I mean, he really got close to that wall. I'm sure he saw his life going in front of his face because he thought he was going to hit that wall with a ton of bricks, and he saved it. Unbelievable driving by both him and O'Rourke.
Well, we're taking a look at it one more time here. And I mean, this right here is a heck of a drive. Daniel Falkenham's 90 degrees sideways, and then he's 45 degrees sideways to the right. But then behind him, that's when you have to feel for Jeremy Mogul, because as everybody in front of him started to check up, he checked up, and they all realized that these guys weren't going to wreck. And at that moment in time, it was all over. He got ran over from behind, kicked the outside wall with the right front, then he kicked the inside wall with the front of the car, the rear end, and he came facing the wrong way on the front stretch. I'm really surprised the caution didn't come out there, but that's the second time tonight, well, the third time tonight we've had an incident on the racetrack that hasn't caused a caution here at Darlington. Hey, iRacing.
Off the Raceway. That's why.
Yeah.
It is, if it's down below the
Oh
line,
my goodness,
it's fair game.
Falkenham and O'Rourke went all the way down the front stretch together. These two are insane. We're going to take another look at that moment. Look at this on the back, on the front stretch. Daniel Falkenham, E.J. O'Rourke gets pushed a little bit. Falkenham lifted the rear tires up, letting E.J. O'Rourke know he wasn't happy with what happened there. And Daniel Falkenham moves himself back up to 10th position. But this changes the game.
It changes the game big time because Macklin now is out front. And we know Dalton is right there behind him, but we know from past experience Dalton's going to run fast for probably 20 laps or so, and then after 20 he's going to fade. And that may, allow Kelly to get up there and maybe challenge Macklin for the lead. But we know that Falkingham is going to try to make his way up there. And as fast as he was out front, now it may have been all clean air. We don't know that. But we know that he's going to be towards the front of the pack by the time this thing is all over, unless we have a ton of cautions.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, right? It's we're bound to have some of these guys be moving back up and down throughout the field here. And
yeah,
Randy, I'm going to hand it over to you for a minute, Randy, while I fix a couple of things in the back end here for the viewer experience.
All right. So Macklin is leading right now by 1 car length over Dalton. Dalton, as we said, Dalton's very fast early on in his runs. But as the run progresses, he runs it a little hard. This is just prior what we watched him do week after week. And so we anticipate he's going to make a run here as he's looking underneath, trying to get something happening to get around Macklin. But as of right now, nothing is there. We've got Mike Kelly running behind them and Gillenwater in that 4 having a good run. And Jimmy Coleman as well. The 54 Jimmy Coleman is having a good run. Chad Coleman right behind him. So brother and brother running right there with each other. Scott Simley is running 7th. 8th is Bentley Glazer. Glazer we usually see up a little closer to the front. But tonight, not having a great night. Running 8th, but it's not a bad night as well. Chuck Sweetie, we have not seen him. I don't remember the name, but he's running 9th, having a good night as well. And then Daniel Falkingham has not progressed at all. He's been 10th, and he has not moved. So it's definitely a different view from the back to the front. Right now, all it is, It's all Brian Macklin. Macklin leading by half a car length over Dalton. And they're nose to tail as they come off the turn. Everybody sweeps a little left. As they come off the turn, they have to sweep it back to the right and then to the left. As you watch them, they'll kind of fishtail back and forth. They'll kind of do so. It almost looks like a little snake as they go around the track if you watch them from the front. So we've got a little conga line, as I like to call it, around the whole entire track. As we're waiting to see if Macklin's going to get a challenge here from Dalton. Dalton's just following right behind him. He's running in his tracks. He'll look to the outside, to the inside, kind of looking to see if there's something there. Nothing there. Now he's trying a little deeper line that time, at number 19. Trying to look and see if you can get a better run off the turn. Sometimes you can get a better run. If you run a higher line, if you run low and then let the car drift up and you stay a little high, sometimes you'll get a little better line coming off the turn. And that is exactly what he's trying to do. He got loose that time because he got a really good line.
Did Tyler Dalton touch the wall?
No. If he did, it was just barely. I don't think he did. But it slowed him down because now he's about 3 car lengths back behind the Macklin car. And this is exactly what we said. About 20 laps in, we are, let's see, they pitted it around lap 39, I believe it was. So, yeah, he's getting to that point where those tires are really starting to heat up, and he's
let's take a look at the fastest time on the racetrack this last time by. Is the 3rd place runner, Mike Kelly, with a 30.97, about a 1/10 of a second faster than Tyler Dalton, just a little bit faster than Brian Macklin, not too much. But Mike Kelly right now, the fastest driver on the track. Keep an eye on that as we go around the racetrack here. But Tyler Dalton definitely sitting in second. Throws me for a loop with those Evernham Motorsports numbers, though. I like that look on that machine.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old 19 car that
well, there was Jeremy Mayfield.
Jeremy Mayfield,
and
yeah.
Who drove the 7? Who was the 7? Casey Irwin.
Kane.
Casey Irwin drove the 7.
Casey Irwin and Casey Kane also ran with them too as well.
Casey
but he
Kane
did
run
not
the
run
9.
Yeah, he ran the 9. Yeah.
The old
Casey Irwin did.
UAW Dodge dealers Dodge.
Yep. Remember that commercial where they when Casey Kane was like in the parking lot and all the girls were going crazy for him?
Yeah, that still happens today.
You know, I wonder what happened to him. I never hear anything about Casey
He is actually
Kane.
living his best life. He is running dirt cars, owns a dirt team, runs his own dirt cars, wins races all the time, and is just enjoying his life. But we're going to take a look now back at Daniel Falkenham as he's making his way back through the field. He jumps himself back up into the top 10 now with a 9th place position there into 1 and 2. One spot up, but he's back from 10. He started in the pole, led the first 43, 44 laps, and then a big sideways moment between him and E.J. O'Rourke caused both drivers to be sitting not so pretty. Pretty for Tyler Dalton, though. This is a good thing for Tyler Dalton. He needs a race like this.
Absolutely. If he can just hang on to that spot. Last week he ran up towards the top 2, 3 the whole night and then faded towards the end.
Mike Kelly also needs one of these types of nights to happen for Daniel Falkenham. He's 22 points behind Daniel Falkenham on this Winter Series championship. What he needs to do, though, tonight is he needs to take advantage of this opportunity with Daniel Falkenham stuck back in traffic, probably not going to be able to make his way through here, through 9 cars to get back up here to the lead. He needs to take advantage of this, the number 2 car in 3rd position right now. He needs to get past Tyler Dalton. He needs to take it to Brian Macklin. He needs to go and win this race. He needs to drive his heart out and take this win away from Brian Macklin tonight because he needs to take full advantage of the issues that Daniel Falkenham now is having.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's always consistent. That's one thing we always say about Mike Kelly. He's very consistent in his top 5 positions.
He is. That's for sure. It's all about those championship moments, though, right? Every season has 2 or 3 or 4 of them. This, tonight, here in the Winter Series, if Mike Kelly can go up there and win this race and Daniel Falkenham can only recover to maybe 5th or 6th, that's one of those opportunities that you say, well, if he wins the championship, that is one of those champions moments.
what happened there. It looked like
Bentley Glazier moved over for the number 30.
Yeah,
he got right out of the way. He knows he's not as fast. He's that's very, respectful, very nice to see.
It was. I was like, I'm shocked at just not used to seeing somebody just move out like he did. I was like, they teammates or something? Or
They
he just
are.
didn't want to get run over.
They are. I think they are.
Okay.
I believe
All
those
right,
two
so
are.
That explains it totally. Bentley Glazier, I mean, he started 17th, not having a bad night, running 9th tonight. He's actually probably the mover and the shaker of the night. Although Jeff Ryan is actually having a good night too. He started 26th and he's running 12th. These are the guys that made the most amount of moves tonight. We've only had 2 lead changes tonight. We had Falkingham led most of the early on, and now Macklin leading the mid-ground. Macklin gets into the wall, gets a little taste. He gets that Darlington stripe here at lap 63.
Yeah, Brian Macklin, the short track showdown 2018 champion, gets into the wall there. So keep an eye on that. See what he can do here.
He's faster than most everybody else. I mean, he's got clean air naturally. He's got about a 5-car length lead over the 19, and then it's another 6 or 7 back to Mike Kelly. So he's not running away from the field totally, but it's showing that the clean air is king here at Darlington for sure. You can see that as you see Dalton go up and kiss the wall just a tad. I wonder how many of these guys are going to, or how many of these guys are actually using the wall as a helper.
Oh!
Whoa,
Tyler Dalton didn't touch it. He pounded it.
He reached out and touched somebody.
The right side of that car is absolutely destroyed.
No stripe anymore. Now he's got a full-on.
Yeah, it's all pushed
car.
in. It's all pushed in, but this is one of those moments for Tyler Dalton. If he wants to compete for the championship here in the Winter Series, he's got to buckle down and survive with this damage. He's going to have to make the best out of a bad situation. He's gone from 2nd now all the way back to 8th, now 9th off into 3 and 4. He might fall back to 9th to Bentley Glazier. He might be able to stay ahead of him. Big damage on that right side, though. That thing's going to push like a SOB now.
See some cars on pit road as well.
Yeah, we do. We see a couple cars on pit road. We'll take a look and see who they are at the moment. Looks like Randy Yoka might be one of them. But Daniel Falkenham is rebounding quickly. Back up to 5th now. He's in clean air. Looking at the 4th and 3rd place positions of Jimmy Coleman and Robert Gillenwater. Right in front of Robert Gillenwater, though, Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly has to take advantage of the situation. I know I said it twice now, but he really has to go. He's got to put his right foot down and go. He's got to trust himself and drive away. If he doesn't, he could be in trouble against Daniel Falkenham. The race might be Brian Macklin's as he's starting to gap the rest of the field by now almost 2 seconds here.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh, Brian Macklin in the wall. Brian Macklin in the wall. Big right side damage for the number 30.
Yeah, that's got a little. That's going to hurt the front end of that car
that
as
is
well.
Pounded. That machine is absolutely pounded. Oh,
Look at
that's
the camera
unfortunate.
And see how bad that actually is.
I'm going to zoom in on the right side of this machine when he goes by this time. But man, oh man, that thing is destroyed.
Yeah, that right side, you can see the hood is buckled up. The American Lung Association on the front of the car.
We'll take a look here as he comes out of 3 and 4. You'll be able to see it here in the broadcast. Look at that right front. That right front is pounded in. That wheel is towed out. He pounded that outside wall. There's damage all the way back to the left, to the right rear. Just unfortunate situation for Brian Macklin. We were just talking about everything that could be happening, but he's still 3 seconds now out ahead of Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly is holding up this field. He is doing everything that Brian Macklin needs him to do. And there goes Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's pitting. Mike Kelly is pitting. He has some right side damage. I believe he might have hit the wall as well. He's finally pitting lap 70. Now Robert Gillenwater in 2nd in the Beast TV machine. You see him right in front of us. The Beast TV, number 4. trying to use
third?
all of the power of the Sasquatch to drive away from Daniel Falkenham.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You gotta drive away from Falkingham because now he was ninth. Now he's third.
If Robert Gillenwater's the Sasquatch, Daniel Falkenham is the 30-odd 6 that shot and killed the Sasquatch because he just drove off into 3 and 4, and he's gonna drive right away from this man. And there goes the number 39, Daniel Falkenham, from 11th to 2nd in 25 laps.
Yes. Wow. Absolutely incredible driver. There's no doubt about it.
So the strategy that Mike Kelly is pulling could work. And here's the strategy that he's pulling. Now I'm going to explain to everybody. Okay, he pitted early. Pitted at lap 70. He's going to be about 2 seconds a lap faster than everybody for the next 15 laps.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give him about 25, 26 seconds plus once he gets out of this behind negative that he is right now. If he can, and it's big if, but if he can get his lap back, if no caution comes out, he can get his lap back, and it goes green from here, he may have an opportunity to win this race. He might.
It's a big if, maybe. That's a big one. It's going to be close. I mean, we're 73
big
laps.
Loose for Falkenham on the exit of 4. He got a little bit of a Darlington stripe on that right rear.
Yeah, he does.
10th of a second faster than Brian Macklin. Just to compare, they did a 31.8, the 2 leaders last time by. Mike Kelly just did a 30.6. So 1.2 seconds. So he's on his way.
Where is he compared to the leaders right now?
Right now he's in 18th position. The leaders, the leader of Brian Macklin, you see him on your screen now, is exiting turn 2. Mike Kelly is on the front stretch.
Not that far behind him.
Yeah, not that far behind him, but he's an entire lap behind.
Yeah,
But the closer and closer he gets here as these guys go longer and longer into this run, the further and further ahead he's going to be when they come back out. With 25 laps to go, folks, this race has flown by.
And will we see these 2 leaders pit?
I mean, I don't think you have a choice.
I guess you have to. Yeah. At least we've said that before. We watched Falkingham do that. We thought for sure Falkingham was going to pit. And I can't remember what race it was, but a few back, and he didn't pit. So, just never know. I never know what to think about this guy. Macklin may be just waiting to see what Falkingham's going to do, which would be the smart thing to do. But unfortunately, Falkingham is about 2.1 seconds behind him. So if Falkingham decides to pit, I mean, he'll have to wait a whole lap to decide whether he wants to pit. As our single file around the Darlington Raceway, we're waiting to see if Falkingham can catch Macklin, and we're watching to see how things shape out for Mike Kelly. Can Kelly catch the leaders, make his way around them, and make his way all the way around and try to get himself a top 5, top 2, top whatever? We've got 78 laps down, which will make up about 3/4 of the 100 laps that we're running tonight.
Sorry about that, Randy.
What you got there?
I got I have an eye issue. I had something in my eye this morning, and it took me 3 hours to get it out. And in the process of whatever the hell it was that was in my eye, I scratched my eye. So something else got into my eye just a second ago. Didn't feel very good, so I had to put some eye drops in my eye.
And damn, COVID does all kinds of crazy things.
Well, it's not COVID that gave me the eye problem, but I don't know what it is. I think it was a piece of dog fur, to be quite honest with you. I think it got stuck under my eyelid.
I'm totally right there with you.
Yeah.
The Great Dane is shedding like crazy.
And I got it out at some point this morning, but you know how you feel like when there's something in there, you feel multiple things. It's like when you can't get it out, you like run, you clean your fingers, obviously. You don't put your dirty ass fingers, just in the podcast, you don't put your dirty fingers in your eye. You wash your hands, you sanitize, and then you like, some people will rub their finger under the bottom of their eye to try to take it off, whatever it is. I think I scratched my eye when I was doing that. So.
Not good.
It's not good. It didn't feel great. But now that I have I don't have contact. I have a contact solution because that's what I put in my eye. No, when I put eye drops in my eye, I could go smoke a bowl and nobody would know because my eyes have less reddening eye drops in. It's legal.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't do it, but it's legal.
Not in Florida. Not in Florida. We're not allowed to do that down here.
Yeah, you can do everything else. You can shoot your gun off in the middle of the road. You can wear a mask and infect people with the dangerous disease, but you can't. You can't.
We're also allowed, if you come into a hospital here, we're allowed to put a toe tag on you before you're even dead. So, just letting you know that too.
But you can't. Wow. All right, you can't smoke weed in Florida.
No, and I just got an alert on my phone. Man running with gun in neighborhood. Please be on the alert.
Is it in your neighborhood?
Yeah, my neighborhood.
Lock
Nothing
your
new.
front door.
No, I got my Glock.
Ooh, Randy Pepper's packing. He's packing more than just a Glock.
Hey, yeah, you've seen that phallic scene in the middle of the track there? That's nothing compared to Randy Pepper.
Oh, the artist who rendered that.
Look at Mike Kelly. Look at this. He's right on the back bumper of Daniel Falkingham. Falkingham wisely moves out of the way because he knows Mike Kelly's on a mission.
Yeah! Oh, my
mission
goodness.
Maybe hitting the wall.
Mike Kelly trying to give himself a heart attack. Here's the thing, though, guys. 17 to go. I think at this point now, Brian Macklin, Daniel Falkingham are hoping for a caution. If that caution doesn't fall, I'm pretty sure they have to pit.
That's what I said. I don't know. We don't know that. We're not positive. I don't know what the actual fuel window for these cars are. I'm not really sure about that because we never got to see that last time. The caution came out and ruined that whole thing. So I'm not so sure. These guys could go the whole way and be the party pooper for Mike Kelly.
That's very, very possible.
Or maybe Mike Kelly will rain on their parade.
I mean, there's 15 laps to go. He's either going to need these guys to pit, or he's going to have to get by Brian Macklin, get a timely, Macklin way up the track. Mike Kelly doesn't want to be the one that causes the caution that he doesn't need.
No doubt about that.
Look at Daniel Falkingham. He was so fucking ham sideways. I love that last name. You can do so much with it.
Yeah.
Wow, he was so sideways on the backstretch there out of two that I thought he was going around. Mike Kelly has officially unlapped himself. He's got 14 laps to go around the racetrack and take the lead back. That's not going to happen, obviously. But
he's making a heck of a show of it.
He's trying.
As Falkingham is getting way out of Falcon shape.
Yeah, Daniel Falkingham is extremely fucking loose right now. We have to be hitting somewhere with these jokes. People have to be laughing somewhere.
Somebody has to. I mean, some of this stuff is, yeah.
Some of this stuff is gold. Some of it's awful, but some of it's gold.
Some of it is.
I mean, at some point, somebody's going to laugh, right?
I'm pegging for laughs tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Did you just say I'm pegging for laughs?
I am.
You know what, Randy? A viewer brings up a good question. Do you want to talk about Kevin Harvick being a creep and giving out candy to kids?
I did. I actually did, and that is a true story.
So you're right here officially saying that Kevin Harvick is weird and gave your child candy? Or?
No, I didn't say he's weird. I just said he actually gave candy to my child.
Yes, because you let your child talk to strangers. I don't know which one I'm more disturbed at. The fact that Kevin Harvick came out of the hauler to give your child candy, or
he
the
was
fact
still in the hauler.
Oh, okay. You failed to mention that part last week.
No, he was still in. It was in a diecast truck, like a truck that they sell diecast and T-shirts and all that stuff. He was up there, and I walked up with my daughter, and he said, "Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's like one of the prettiest little kids I've ever seen. Can she have candy?" Sure. So
Still a little weird, but whatever. You know, have I ever told you about the time that I had lunch with Jeff Gordon?
no.
I had lunch with Jeff Gordon. I won a giveaway one year at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the worst track in New England, to have lunch with a NASCAR superstar. And there were 3 people I could choose from. There was Robbie Gordon, which nobody wants to have lunch with him. I don't think his wife wants to have lunch with him. There was Tony Stewart, which, if Jeff Gordon wasn't on the list, I would have picked Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
There's Michael Waltrip, which, again, I don't think his wife wants to have lunch with him.
No. Well, no. I can tell you a lot of stories off the air about Michael Waltrip that I can't tell you on.
And there was Jeff Gordon. Well, I picked Jeff Gordon. I had the best hour-and-a-half lunch I've ever had. It was fully catered, and it was cooked by Bobby Flay. You know who Bobby Flay is?
Bobby Blueblade?
Chef Bobby Flay?
Bobby Blueblade?
No, Bobby Flay.
Bobby Boucher?
Oh, my God. I hate you. Bobby
Did you
Flay.
say Bobby Boucher?
No,
Oh,
Bobby Flay.
Boucher?
No, Bobby
Bobby
Flay.
Boucher.
I hate you.
You can do it.
Flay. F-L-A-Y. Bobby Flay.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you said Bobby Boucher.
No, Bobby Flay. It was cooked by him. We had a very nice steak and fries. It was very good. It's very good.
Well, while you're sitting here talking about Bobby Boucher,
I hate you.
I'm watching this race as Daniel Foggingham is actually catching Macklin.
He got a little bit loose there.
Yeah,
and,
we got 9 laps left, or not even. We've got 6 laps left.
Mike Kelly, he's gonna be shooting himself in the foot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because these guys are not going to pit. We
No.
see this now. They're not going to pit. This
No.
is going to end up being a 2-car shootout, and I've got a feeling that within 2 laps, it's going to be a 1 car going by the other car, like he's done every single week, unless something drastic happens here, because we're looking at Falkingham is just right behind. He's only 7 car lengths back. Actually, now it's only 5 behind Brian Macklin. Macklin can see that Raging Cajun coming, and he's coming in a hurry. Look at
Brian Macklin doing his best to do his best Daniel Falkingham impression, trying to win 2 in a row.
that. Hey, maybe a spoiler up here. The 75 has already pitted. Stoney Bettenfield has already pitted, and he's got new tires, and he's looking to try to get around these guys. And if he gets in the middle of this thing, he could be a spoiler, because he's trying to go around Falkingham.
Oh, I hope he doesn't.
We got 4 laps remaining. He's sitting there fighting behind him, and he's going to.
I really
Look at this.
wish he wouldn't have done that.
Oh, he could be a spoiler big time.
That's
Now-
one of those moves as a lap car. You have to show your common sense there and sit behind the guys in front of you and just not push. Doesn't matter if you have brand new tires or not. You're now impacting the battle for the lead with 4 to go. You messed up Daniel Falkingham's ability to make his line work, and now he's in dirty air from 2 cars, and he's sideways in the exit of 4. And I mean, that's aggravating. I've been in that position as a second-place car or the lap car. That's aggravating as heck. And now he's going to drive under the leader, and he's going to slow the leader up on the exit of 4.
Yep.
And he's going to impact the leader now.
With 2 laps remaining
3 to
at
go.
Darlington. There's 3 to go, actually. 3 laps to go.
And now Macklin's
3
in the
laps.
dirty air. Now Macklin is stuck in the dirty air of the 75.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Now Daniel Falkingham has him in his sights. Down the backstretch. He's right there. The 68 gets out of the way. 69, sorry, moves right out of the way. The right thing to do.
To come around to complete. Two laps
to
remaining.
go. This is going to be a photo finish. This is going to be one of those Darlington finishes. This is going to be like Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch. Daniel Falkenham's going to have to get that car rotated, get to the bottom of the racetrack here. He's got three more corners now. Down the backstretch, 2 to go. One more time around after this. Falkenham's going to have to get that car to rotate on the inside because Brian Macklin's going to sit that car right there on the middle of the racetrack, and he's going to move whichever way he needs to block the number 39. He's going to have to get a heck of a run. We're coming to the white flag here.
One more time around the Darlington Raceway. Look at this. We got Falkenham.
This is like 2003 all over again.
Can he do it?
The closest finish in NASCAR history. Can he replicate it?
Oh, we got a car in front of him, too.
Big sideways. Lap cars are impeding the traffic again. Here we go down the backstretch. Oh my goodness, Brian Macklin's held up. He couldn't roll the way he wanted to. Falkenham's to the wall. Macklin couldn't roll the corner the way he wanted to. On a turn 4, Brian Macklin is going to win this race. Falkenham's going to crash across the start-finish line. Holy smoly. He's sideways across the start-finish line in P2. Man, oh man, I wish that car would have gone out of the way. I would have loved to see that finish.
And it looked, I'm not sure, but it looked like Falkenham ejected from the race. It's gone.
Oof. Yeah,
I'm not really sure. I don't see him. He definitely jumped out of the car and moved to the pits, I'm sure.
Frustration there, 100%. I mean, let's look at that white flag lap one more time. I mean, we had all of the factors to be played for here. I mean, you cross the start-finish line, get the white flag, you go off into turn 1, and it's setting up just like Darlington in the spring. That Monday race after it was rained out for Kurt Busch and Ricky Craven. New tires, old tires versus old tires. Brian Macklin and Daniel Falkenham, they go off into 3, and the 3 car, who's on extremely old tires, is just dead in the middle of the track, and the 30 gets in the back of him. The 39 drives into the corner, gets sideways, pounds the wall, then he crashes across the start-finish line. It's just a heck of a win. 2 in a row now for Brian Macklin. Well-deserved, hard fought for, but just not the way you want to see it finish.
No doubt about it. It was exciting for us, that's for sure. It definitely, things came alive very quickly there at the end as the lap cars definitely became a factor at the end.
And we're not saying anything bad about anybody. You're always racing your own race. That's nothing against the 3 there at that end of the race. I mean, he is fighting. He's in 14th. He's fighting for that position. He's the last car a lap down. Or the first car 1 lap down, I should say. But we saw it with 5 to go. At some points, I mean, we'll watch it one more time here as we're waiting to pull up the winners here and get the conversation started. But we'll watch it with 1 more to go here from Daniel Falkenham's point of view. And I mean, he just has nowhere to go. He's got all the momentum here on the exit of 2, down the backstretch. Here he comes. I mean, he got a great run. Macklin touched the wall, but we go off into 3, and Macklin's trying to roll the bottom. Falkenham's trying to roll the outside. He was going to hit the wall no matter what, but maybe he would have taken that a different line had he had something different, but it's one of those situations. It was one of those situations where you just love to see what might have happened in a different scenario.
Absolutely.
But let's get our top 3 pulled up here. Finishing 3rd, Jimmy Coleman. Jimmy Coleman, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you.
Well, sir, finished 3rd here tonight. Heck of a battle to get up there tonight. You know, you started back in 6th. You come home 3rd. Tough night for some of the guys around you, but you were able to kind of survive those Darlington stripes and put yourself in a good position in a well-needed podium here. So how does it feel?
Man, it feels great, especially coming to Darlington and be able to keep a 0X through the whole race. I don't know how I did it, but I hope I keep it up. But overall, good race. Loved the way it felt. Just wish I could have got up there a little bit sooner. At first caution, before the first caution, got a little nervous. I was afraid I may not be able to catch up to him, but that caution helped me.
Well, you were just kind of sitting back there on your own, just kind of waiting for things to happen. And that's kind of what happened. You just wait your turn, and I'm sure you were watching those 2 up front, thinking something more might have happened. I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah, that's hoping. I was hoping to have a little luck. I was catching there a little bit. I was kind of to watch the times. So it's kind of hard here, and I'd be a little faster and they'd be a little faster. But I know I was catching up to them there until the end, and then they kind of pulled away. But overall, it's still a good race. Appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity.
Nick, anything else?
No, I don't have anything else. Jimmy, anybody you want to thank out there tonight?
I'd like to thank you all, Ghost Fire Media, for the broadcast. I like going back and watching them. Thanks, Sharue, Diecast, for coming on board. P. Rotoan for always being with me. Sim500 Mafia, and everybody for coming out. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Good job, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, and let's see. Let's get Mr. Falkenham up here.
See, he's down there in his team channel.
Boom. Daniel, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yep.
A heck of a race out there tonight. Obviously, a couple of things in the middle of the race that kind of caused you to have to fight your way back from 10th all the way up to 2nd. Finish us as just a little bit behind the leader of Brian Macklin. Lap car interference there at the end. How you feeling?
Definitely disappointed because EJ just trying to be a hero and outrun me and trying to tease me, saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm beating Dick." Wreck me for no reason. So that was. But even how we managed to run Macklin back down, I have no idea. So that was pretty impressive on my part, but still very disappointed. Dominant, fast car, and we didn't win the race. That's very unfortunate.
What was, let's just say it was entertaining for us to watch you actually have to work for a top 3 finish. It was entertaining for us, but unfortunately, at the end there, the lap cars definitely played a big part. We were thinking maybe if they were not there, you might have got around Macklin, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see that because they got in the way.
I don't think lap cars made that big of a difference. They actually got by me in some pretty good places where I could still drive. Hit the wall off turn 4, which I think made my car a bit looser than I wanted to. And if I could take care of my right rear a bit better, then we probably would have had a better shot. But having to get through all that traffic, too, when I lost like 10 places didn't help either. So, yeah, a lot of stuff didn't go my way, but that's unfortunately how the cookies crumble, unfortunately. But more importantly, we beat Mike Kelly, so we'll take the points we can get after all we lost last week.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, it was nice seeing you. We'll talk to you next week, and you have a good week.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I want to quickly shout out First Survey Lap 207 for all their support. I got to thank Joey and all the guys who run the show 100. Also to Brian Macklin, who helps run the series. Congrats to him on the win. I got to thank everyone who races each and every week. I got to thank everyone at Team Name, with just Chad Coleman who raced tonight. Got to thank everyone at North Force Racing, getting ready for Road to Pro here in a couple of weeks. So ready to go at it with those guys. So thanks to everyone at North Force Racing. Got to thank Sharue and Diecast sponsoring the series. Thanks to all the fans who watch us each and every week, and thanks to friends and family for watching as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks.
All right. Obviously, Randy, some emotions running high there. Maybe give it a couple days. You reach out if you're EJ O'Rourke or if you're Daniel. You get that patched back up because it's always hard to run on track with somebody who maybe now you lost a little bit of trust for making a move you didn't think was right or making a move that you think they shouldn't have made. So it's one of those situations in racing, though. But obvious high emotions. But Daniel Falkenham is going to be able to leave here tonight with the championship lead, which is all that matters to him at this moment. So, But let's talk to our winner. 2 in a row for the number 30. I have a soft spot in my heart for that number, Randy, as you know.
Yeah, I know you do.
And Mr. Macklin, congratulations, 2 in a row. First you take Daytona, and now you take the toughest track on the schedule, Darlington. How'd you do it?
Well, it almost didn't happen thanks to the lap car there at the end. That was ridiculous, to say the least. But, I love this racetrack. Everybody complains about it because it's such a hard track to drive. But it is absolutely, in my opinion, one of the most fun tracks to talk to race on.
I mean, you can't. I mean, they do say when you're driving very fast, they do say you talk to the asphalt. So you never know.
Well, a message popped up on my computer, and I read the message out loud. So, Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, the contact between Daniel and EJ led to me getting the lead. And when that happened, I went into tire conservation mode, knowing that he was going to get back to second at some point. It was just a matter of when. And I wanted to make sure I had enough tires left to be able to hold him off once he got there. And he got there with like 25 laps to go or so. And I pretty much just tried to match his pace. But he obviously was a little bit quicker than me, which he was in the beginning of the race as well. And I just had to do the best I could to maintain that gap and try not to let him get to me until the end, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, you did an awesome job, man. I know you guys definitely had to be frustrated with that whole last 2 laps or so when those lap cars came into play. It seemed that Daniel didn't think that was any big deal. He didn't think anything of it.
Well, I would imagine he
obviously
wouldn't, because they gave him a shot at it. If the
Yeah.
roles were reversed, he would have been very upset if he was in first and I was in second, and that happened to him on the last lap coming to the last corner of the race. I mean, I get it. It gave him a shot. I feel like if I was in his shoes, I probably wouldn't be terribly upset either. But at the same time, it's still really ridiculous to have that happen.
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought too. We were kind of like, "What is going on here?" But
I definitely agree with you on that. It's one of those. It's one of those moments as a racer where that awareness that you just need at all times to be at full alert, especially at Darlington, where you just need that stuff to be there. When it's not there near the end of the race or in the last lap, and the leaders are there, it starts to affect the outcome of the race. And we were really looking forward to what we thought was going to be one of the closest finishes in history.
It definitely felt like it. I let him get to me a little too quickly, and I was afraid off of turn 4, off turn 2, before I realized that Jeff wasn't going to get out of the way. I was afraid that he was going to be able to dive it off into turn 3 and get underneath of me. And so my goal was to be able to run low and not give him that line, and then force him to run high, and then just try to be able to pinch him up into the wall off the corner. But obviously it played out the way it did. So either way, it was a fun race. Glad to put this car back in victory lane once again. Obviously, like I said last week, this sponsor, the American Lung Association, it means a lot to me. So anytime I can put this car in victory lane, it hits a little close to home and makes me feel pretty good. So I'm very happy that I was able to pull that off again.
awesome job, man. Definitely.
Yeah, 2 wins in a row brings you right back into championship contention, puts you right there with Daniel. So we're going to be able to continue to see this battle through the remainder of the winter series and then off into the regular season. So it's exciting stuff, and we thank you for being a part of it, Brian. And we'll probably chat with you next week again if you're on this hot streak.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row.
All right, have a good week, sir.
You two guys later.
Yeah.
All right, Randy Pepper, once again, from Ghostfire Media, really quick, before we read you our final results here, we just want to thank Sharue Diecast for all they do for Sim500, all they've done to bring Ghostfire Media with Sim500 here. Sharue Diecast, it's the one-stop specialty shop for you and all your diecast desires. Rare and hard-to-find items are available at Sharue today. You can surprise the diecast enthusiasts in your life for Valentine's Day, for a birthday, for Mother's Day, for Father's Day, Best Friend's Day, Dog's Day. I don't know. Just buy your best friend a diecast. Come on, they're the best things in the world. They're located in the heart of West Texas, so I mean, from east to west, from north to south, from Florida to Oregon, from California to the tippity tip of Maine. You get a Sharue diecast. They're located heart of West Texas. So I mean, man, oh man, they are positioned to offer excellent deals on shipping. You can pre-order anything right now on Sharue. And they're available at no cost to you until the goods arrive. And you can visit Sharue Diecast. That is SharueDiecast.com today. And Randy, let's read the official results. Why don't we?
Let's do it.
Coming home with his second win in a row tonight, Brian Macklin brings it home for the number 30. Coming home second, Daniel Falkenham. In third, Jimmy Coleman. Fourth, Robert Gillenwater. Fifth, Scott Simley. Sixth, Bentley Glazier. In seventh, E.J. O'Rourke. Eighth, Chuck Sweeting. Ninth, Chad Coleman. Rounding out your top 10, Tyler Dalton.
I don't have results, by the way, dude.
In 11th, it's going to be Mike Kelly. 12th,
you.
Doug Roth. 13th, Ron Holyfield. 14th, Jeff Ryan. 15th, Richard Swaverly. 16th, Stoney Benfield. 17th, Gerald Livingston. Coming home 18th tonight, going to be Doug Sigmund. Coming home 19th will be Mike Montesi, 20th Kevin England, 21st Jeremy Mogul, 22nd Randy Yoakum, 23rd Jerry Rest, 24th Charles Woods, 25th Dwight Beverly, 26th Brian Beach, 27th Anthony Monroe, running at the field in 28th, not starting the evening tonight, Tommy Ryan. Folks, that's going to do it here from the Darlington Speedway. Randy Pepper. Randy Pepper,
Everything down on the paper.
Randy Pepper, take us out.
All right, folks, you've been watching the broadcast on the Ghost Fire Media Network with Randy Pepper and Nick Adams from Darlington Raceway. Great race. Congratulations against Mr. Macklin on his great win tonight. 2 in a row. And don't forget to join us next week. And don't forget there's also other racing on the Ghost Fire Media Network. We have a Monday nights in North-South League with our good friends Adam and Josh cover those two ones. So
3 weeks' time, we return with the AOLL with our good friend making his return to the broadcast booth,
Larry
Patrick. It's going to be a revolving door of secondary commentators on Sunday nights for the most part this season. But Larry Patrick will be your primary commentator on Sunday evenings, starting at 8 p.m. EST here on the Ghost Fire Media Network, the official home of the AOLL Racing League.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where it all started for us. So we have to give them big props. So that's why that's kind of like our soft spot in our heart.
It is. And a couple other props we want to give out tonight. Obviously, we thank Sharue Diecast once again. We thank the Guitar Addict for continuing to support us here on the Ghost Fire Media Network. And a big shout out to Beast TV. If you believe or you don't believe in Bigfoot, head over to Beast TV and watch just what they have to say. Conspiracy theories are always an interesting thing to listen to. They can make you believe them. They can make you think they're false. It's up to you. But you know what? That's why the world goes round. We all have different opinions. And on Beast TV, they're pretty conducive to conversation about that.
And if you run into Bigfoot, I'm sure you're going to want to stop and get yourself some El Bandito Yankee tequila to get yourself feeling better.
Son of a bitch for this.
So, from Darlington Raceway, I'm Randy Pepper. That's Nick Adams, and we will see you next week here on the Ghost Fire Media Network.
See ya.
iRacing on the Ghost Fire Media Network.